Good morning, beautiful, and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus, where we're going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together, putting on our makeup, learning a Bible memory verse. So we got some beauty on the outside and some beauty on the inside going on. Our foundation verse for this podcast is, if I can get myself over there we go. It is Psalm 119, verse 11. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. All right, so some exciting things happened this way. Got a little bit more done on our Bible memory coloring planner called Color Me James. And so I look forward to getting that completed in the next, I'm hoping, week or so. I know I keep saying that, but it is a work in progress. And I'm telling you, God is putting this thing together so marvelously. I am so excited to be able to share it with you. Some of the fun things that are going to be coming down with that. So be looking for that. So last week, we were working on Romans 15:13. And so I've got that up there on your screen for you, hoping that went well for you. So let's just say that together. You know, whether you were here last week, you watched it live, you watched it recorded, or maybe you weren't here at all. So just read it off the screen and you can say it out loud with me. I have one of my monitors that keeps blacking out, so we're going to hope all goes well today. Okay, so, may the God of hope fill you with joy, fill you up with peace so that your believing lives filled with the life-giving energy of the Holy Spirit will brim over with hope. And that's Romans 15:13. So I'm going to get that off your screen there. And, you know, every week we start on a different verse. So this week we're going to be, if my screen is going to keep up with this, this week we're going to be working. We're going to go back into the book of Psalms. So we're going to be in Psalm 56:3. This verse, you know, kind of contextually to look at it, this verse was when David had been captured by the Philistines. So you think you got problems? When was the last time that you got captured by an enemy? So I'm figuring, maybe just out loud, but if God can handle that kind of a situation, if David can mentally, physically, emotionally get out of that kind of a situation, then I believe with all my heart and soul that God has got you covered. So let's say that verse together. It is on your screen now. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you, in God, whose word I praise, in God I trust. I shall not be afraid. Psalm 56, 5 and 4, I think. No, wait. Was it 3 and 4? I think it's 3 and 4. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on so that I can put my makeup on and see. So it always makes life a little fun and interesting. Okay, so yeah, that was my, I don't know what accent coming out there. Okay, so let me get that off your screen. Okay, and I hear y'all dinging and chatting, so I'll turn it on in just 1 second. Let me get that first scrolling across the bottom of your screen for you. There you go. Okay, now I got y'all on here. And I'll look at you in between the blinking of my monitor. Good morning and hello. Okay, it is so good to have some of you here with us. And, you know, I do stream live on multiple platforms. So, you know, some of you will see all these people with you and some of you won't because you'll probably be on different platforms. But it is wonderful to have you join us. And even if you're not here live, I am so glad that you have visited and spent some time with us online watching this later on. You know, have fun, enjoy, and, you know, memorize that verse, hide that word in your heart. So our easy makeup theme for today, I thought it kind of fit with the David being captured by the Philistines, is I got the blues. So today we're going to be doing a blue look. We're going to use a little magic mini palette from Juvia's Place. A couple of fun new things and, you know, just have fun with it. And I brought you another crazy brush today. This one's not like too crazy, but, you know, I'll never use it because it's beautiful. All right, so let's start out with our primer. This is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Primer, and one pump is going to do ya. So you're just going to work that between the tips of your fingers here, and then we're going to put that specifically any place where you've got a little bit of uneven skin tone, but any place where you've ever seen maybe your foundation has pilled or moved or slid or any of that disastrous stuff. you're going to put that there. And then we're also going to put it around the edge of our lips. And that is going to help your lipsticks to stay in place and just keep that beautiful, vibrant color the whole day long. And my monitor is seriously looking like a strobe light right now. So we're just going to hope it can hang on with us for the duration of this. All right. So I am going to be using the Bye Bye Under Eye for the concealer. I am the shade, what is this one? 11 Light Nude. All right. So this concealer, a little bit goes a long way. So we're just going to put a little bit on there, and that is going to do everything that we need. I'm going to recap that so I don't do anything crazy. There you go. So any place that you have discoloration, scarring, redness, I got like some redness happening here on my nose. We're just going to kind of tap that into place while we're talking here. This does blend better when you let it get to the temperature of your body. So we're just going to let that be there for a second while we carry on some conversation and my monitor continues to do this breakdancing routine that it's doing. All right. We are going to use our foundation brush, which is here somewhere. There it is. This is an IT Cosmetics foundation brush. They did special for the release of the foundation that we're fixing to use. And it is in a nice star shape. This one's got a little bit of use on it, but you can kind of see. The brushes are, I've never had any of my IT brushes shed. They just don't do it. They're marvelous brushes. They're hand tied beneath this, so the hairs do not come out. This one's also pretty dense, so it's really nice for a foundation brush. Like the shape of it. The little star doesn't really do a whole lot as far as shape, but it does work in and out around eyes and crevices pretty easily. So we're going to use our brush here, and we are just going to blend out that concealer. Going to get it on our eyelid. That's going to act like our primer for our eyeshadow that we're doing. And then we're just going to blend that out. There you go. Hopefully you don't brush your eye with that like I just did. All right. So we're going to use the IT Cosmetics. This is the CC Matte. This is their newest, well, what do they call it? It's a CC cream, but foundation. And mine is in the shade Light Neutral. And I don't know, it's just kind of a habit. I just like to kind of shake it up. I don't know that you need to do that, but it's just a thing. Okay, so literally one pump of this is going to do all that you need. So we are just going to squeeze that one pump out, and that will do your whole entire face. So I am going to start out by kind of dabbing that around. And we're just going to kind of swirl and blend. There you go. Blend that up to where your concealer is. And my concealer is probably I don't think it's 2 shades lighter. I think it's 1 shade lighter than my foundation color. So when I blend up to it, I don't have to actually go over it and make another layer. Especially with, I got a little bit of wrinkling happening up here. More you go up on there, the more possibility you have of things kind of settling into your, I was going to say cracks and crevices, but we'll just say fine lines and wrinkles. So anyways, we're just going to blend that out. We're going to get up into that hairline there so that we don't have like a stop line of the foundation. Get in a little bit closer, make sure you don't have any blend lines. Everything's all nice, working it into the neck there. All right. Beautiful. So now I am going to set that. And right now I am using this is the Hourglass and this is the Veil. Really like this. It's very fine. It also has a little bit kind of a yellow tint to it, not in a honey way, more like in a banana powder way. And I'm almost to the bottom of it, so sorry I have to keep tapping this. Let's see if we can get enough out. There we go. When you turn it over, you tap it. You've got a lid. A little bit will get in the reservoir here, and then you've got the reservoir there, and that's like the perfect amount. When that little cup thing fills up, it's like perfect. We're going to start out with the tip of our Beauty Blender. This is their dual-sided brush that they powder puff. So I'm going to be using the corner part. We're just going to set that powder and then we're going to blend it out. More tapping than, kind of blurring. Sort of a blur tap. Is that like a lift and snatch? What's that movie was that from? It was a Reese Witherspoon movie. Yeah, any of y'all remember what movie that was? I think she was like a lawyer or something. Okay, so a lot of people have watched it, but nobody can remember the name of it. Okay, whenever y'all think of the name of it, you can Google it for me and then put it up in there. Okay. And then we're going to use the wider end and we're going to set our face. And we're just pressing that setting powder in. Our matte finish, especially if you're a combo like me. This sort of gives that powder something to stay and, the foundation something to stay and do its job a little more effectively. I also like that the veil has, like I said, it's got just that little bit of kind of a banana color to it. So it just sort of lifts and vibrance your face. So is that a word, vibrance your face? Anyways, you know what I'm saying. Okay, once you feel like you have gone over every inch of your face, we're ready to move to the next step. All right, so now we're going to work on a little bit of contouring. So I'm going to be using, the first brush I'm going to be using is an IT Cosmetics. This is actually a foundation brush. We're going to use this end here for the bronzer and this end here for, minus that, this end here for the highlighter. So the bronzer that I'm going to be using today is the Hoola bronzer. This is from Benefit. This is just a beautiful bronzer. It kind of gives you a little bit of warmth, not too much. So for those of you who are a little bit fair like me, you do not have to be afraid of the Hoola. It's like perfect. Somehow it miraculously works great for all skin tones, but they do have 3 different shades if you like it. I think there's the light Hoola or Hoola light, and then I think the other one's called roasted or toasted. Anyways, I got a Hoola for everybody. So we're going to start out with the flat side of the brush, and we're just going to load that, lifting with the loaded side up. We're going to go from the ear to the nose. So right above where the hollow part of your cheek is. And this is going to help to lift that cheek and give you the illusion of more cheekness than you actually have. So if you have a round face, this is definitely going to be your friend. And we're just going to go up the side of that temple there. Still using the flat side. We're going to work right in that hairline there. You're going to go into the hairline and then just blend it down ever so slightly. Now we're going to switch to the side. And the side, we're going to go keep a neutral face. We're going to work from the ear to just past the corner of your mouth. And now you've given a little lift to your neck here, taking away, I was going to say the illusion of a double chin, the reality of a double chin to give you an illusion that you don't have one. All right, still keeping with the side of that brush. Sorry. Okay, we're going to work from right along the side of the nose. We're just going to narrow that nose a little bit. And then on the tip to give it an end. There you go. I'm going to add our highlighter now. I am using the MAC. This is the Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. And I had tried to, I believe Juvia's Place has a powder highlighter now. So I was trying to pick up that. I thought we had it at my store. Looked and looked, couldn't find it. So I'll have to check on the website and see if I can find it there. So we're just going to give that round brush some swirls on that highlighter there. We're going to hit the top of the cheek and then right alongside that brow bone. I'm going to lift those areas there. also this have just a smidge of a sparkliness to it. It's not really glittery or anything, but a little bit of sparkle. And then we're going to work it down the center just to give some fun. All right. And now that we have given our face some shape to it, we're going to add a little bit of color in, bring back the color in the places where we want it. I am using the Juvia's Place. This is the volume 4. Today, we're going to be, I think we got so much blue happening. I think we're going to hang out in here today. So just using, I believe this is a MAC brush. We're just going to tap, tap. These are very pigmented, so you want to make sure you don't like with that brush. Yeah, that's the technical term. Okay, so just a tap, tap. Between the bronzer and the highlighter, we're just going to give that a little bit there. And then between the bronzer and the highlighter here, and you may not even need to add anything to, in fact, I would start without doing anything. Just give it a little bit over the edge there. And if you bang your forehead like I just did, just blend it out. Tip of the nose, the chin. We're just giving a tinge of color. Okay. Now we're going to do something super fun with the lips today. I'd like to do this, but I haven't done it with this particular color combo before. So we'll see how this goes. All right. So I'm going to start out with, oh, wait. Before we do that, let's say our verse together. And I still have this blinking screen happening here. So let me see if I can get it rolled around for you. Okay, we are just about to the beginning. Okay, I'm going to, there we go. Okay, so when I am afraid, I put my trust in you, in God, whose word I praise. In God I trust. I shall not be afraid. Psalm 56, 3 and 4. Okay, I'm hoping your screen is not blinking like mine. It's like seriously a strobe light festival going on in here. We got like a rave. Woo! Okay, so I am using the NYX. This is the retractable lip liner, and this is hot pink. And so we're going to line our lips. We are going to be working on the edge of those lips, especially because of what we're doing today. So make sure you use up every bit of lip real estate that you have. So we're going to start out on the outside corner. There we go. Now let's start with the Cupid's bow on the top, and then we're going to work our way to the outside. Okay, once you have the shape that you like, we're going to take the pencil and use this a little bit lighter pressure than what you just used and come to just the inside of that line. It can be messy, it doesn't matter. Okay. Take a little bit of a step back, look at the lip shape that you just created and make sure that everything is even and good and the way that you want it. I think we're pretty good. So now we're going to fill in our lipstick. I am using, what is this one called? This is the MAC X, no, what is this one called? Hold on, let me scroll down to, there we go. MAC Maximal Silky Matte Lipstick in the color Snob. I knew it was a lot of words. And Snob is beautiful. Seriously, we cannot keep this shade in stock in my store. All right, so we are going to fill in that lipstick. Working right to the edge of that lip liner that you just did. And then don't forget to fill in the middle part where your your lips are. So you got kind of a tone-on-tone ombre going on. Now, just for fun, we're going to do something some may call crazy. I just call it fun. So we're going to have blue, pretty powerful blue on our eyes. So we are going to be using the Juvia's Place Afro Galactic Glitter Eyeliner, and this is in Metaverse. This is kind of a pinky purple blue sort of color. It's going to reflect the blue that we're going to have on our eyes. And what we're going to do is we're going to outline our lips with this. So don't worry about those for the eyes. If it's safe for the face, it's safe for the face. Okay, so you're going to see the brush there? Okay, with a very light pressure, we're just going to outline those lips. See how fun that is? All right, and you may have to go in and out with the brush quite a few times. And surprisingly, this will stay all day. So fun! Okay, we're going to try to hold our lips in sort of a still position until it kind of sets. It'll take just a second. Oh my gosh, that is so fun. I like to use silver glitter liner a lot, but I thought this kind of fit with what we were doing with our eyes today. So super excited about that. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, we need to really get this to stop blinking like it's going crazy. Okay, here we go. Okay, I think we may have resolved it. Okay, so now we're going to use the Magic Mini by Juvia's Place. And we are going to be using a few different colors here. We're going to start out with the Kisi. We're going to use Yahida. We're going to use it's Yamoja, Asia, Faso, and Osun. So yes, we're going to be dipping our toe in all those waters today. So you definitely want to make sure that you've got a tissue in your lap. So something, or if you've got a color changer, whatever for your brushes, or just a lot of brushes that you don't have to worry about it. So we are going to start out with an all over shadow brush. And we are going to use that Kisi, which is this color here. And that is going to go on the brow bone. That's just going to kind of keep a neutral color on the top as we add all that blue and pink and lavender and all that. So just get the little bit of that there. Just going to give you a nice fleshy color, something to blend into. All right. And we're going to set that one aside. I'm actually going to start out with an angled shadow brush. So we're going to start out with a darker color first. So just a little bit of an angle on that brush. And we're going to use that color, what do you call, Yahidi? This one right here. And with this, we're just going to be getting the eyeshadow color on the face of that angle. So you're just going to brush it and see it's not on the side, it's just on the face. So we're going to get that just above where your eye socket bone is there. We're going to bring that out just a little. At this point, you don't need to worry about being too neat, but we do want a nice color there. And we want to make sure we're bringing it out. And then we want to bring it in to your lid here as well. We want to go to about halfway, I think. And then we're just going to fill that in right about like that. And try to stay in the right color. Here we go. And you don't need to worry too much about this because we're going to be blending down to under the lid in just a second. So if your line's not straight or whatever, don't worry about it. You can fix it in a minute. Okay, so again, we're just going to come here. So we want to make sure, hooded eyes, we've had this conversation before. If you're looking forward, no matter what shape your eye is, if you're looking forward, you want to be able to see that dark blue color peek up above that lid there. So I'm going to bring it up just a smidge more so that we have something to blend with here in just a minute. Here we go. Okay. If you see any fallout already, we're just going to grab that nice fluffy brush and go ahead and dust that off now. Okay, so this is what you've got so far. Now we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So again, angled brush using the face. And if you're like me, you're going to have one side that you do a little bit better than the other. I'm right-handed. I do my right eye better than my left eye. I have a tendency to get a little kind of goopy on the inside, so I'm going to try to be better about that today. So we're going to come right here and we're just going to walk that around. And we're doing little fills at a time so that we don't end up with a bunch of fallout. Bringing it out just a little bit. And just go over that again until you get that color intensity that you want. And we're going to bring it in to about halfway. And then we're going to fill in over here. And then we're going to bring it up. I know it looks like a bit much right now, but hang on. I assure you, we're going to calm it down just a little bit. I'm going to start out with the dark one first, and then we'll add, and see, you can see what I mean right there. See how this one's nice and clean and lifted and that one drags down? It's just a thing I do. So I am going to grab just a flat. I'm going to take that shade we put up there and I'm going to fix it. Okay, much better. Now, something else that we'll do that in just a second. Okay, so now that we've got this nice shape, looking both sides are, looks like one side's up a little more than the other. Let me get that remedied. I mean, it can blend out in a minute. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, we're going to catch the fallout over here in case we got any. All right. So now we're going to grab this shade right here. What is that one called? Faso. And we're going to use just a traditional shadow brush with this one. So it's just going to be your basic shadow brush. And we're going to grab that beautiful kind of lavender color. You can shadow on both sides of the brush here. And we are going to put that right in here. You're going to work that right up to that blue. Getting all the way to the inside there. And then I'm just going to kind of pat it over here where the blue and that lavender are coming together. And we'll blend that out in a minute. Okay, loading both sides. Let's do the other side. Getting all the way to the inside. And let's work it across. A little more of a padding over here. There you go. And now we can over that just a little bit. It'll give us something to play with when we blend in a minute. Okay, go ahead and dust that off in case you have any fallout. And now we're going to do something a little fun here. So I need you to grab a eyeliner brush. So something like this. And then you're going to grab your setting spray. I am using the Juvia's Place Ready, Set, Sealed. You can do this in two different ways. So one way is you can take that setting spray and you can spray your brush and spray setting spray all over your lab. That's one way to do it. Or if you're like me, I have a clear pad on the top of my desk that just protects the surface of my work surface from all this eyeshadow and adhesive and lipstick and stuff. So I give a spray to the top of my desk and then I just kind of drag my brush through it. So I'm just going to put a little spray here and then I'm going to take just the angle of that brush and drag it into that setting spray. And then I'm going to come over here to Yamosha right here. And we are going to use a little bit of a liner. So I'm going to setting spray on the tip and then Yamosha on the edge. And we're going to, right here, give ourselves a little bit of a silver line with that Yamosha. Don't work it too much or you'll make the silver muddy. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and do that same thing over here. Okay, now we'll add another thing of that here in just a minute. We need to get our liner and stuff done before we do that. So now while we've got this here, we're going to blend out the upper part. We're going to do a little bit of liner and then we're going to do the shadow on the under part. So let's go ahead and grab the shadow brush that you started with and you're going to kind of do a dual tap. So we're going to take this and we're going to tap it in the brow color that we had up here, and then we're going to lightly tap it in the, what was the name of that dark one? Yajidi. So you're going to have a little bit of both, and then we're just going to work over the edge of that to blend that out a little bit. And this is why I said we went past it just a little bit, so that gave us something to play with here. And you can see you're kind of making a lighter blue color. But we're just softening the edge of that right there. So just going over where the two of those meet. And you can bring it down here just a little bit. So you're just kind of softening that edge ever so slightly. All right. So we are going to add our liners. So I'm going to start out with, this is the NYX eyeliner, retractable eyeliner, and this is in the shade black. And so we're going to start out with this from the outside corner about halfway across. And then outside corner about halfway across. Then we're going to grab a little magnifying mirror. We're going to go from the outside corner on the bottom to about halfway across in here. And here we want just a thin line. We're just going to try to give a little bit of dimension. There. So that just gives us a little something to play with. So now we're going to grab our smudger, and this is going to be the long smudger, not the pointy smudger. There you go. And we're going to put that in the darker blue color first. And then we're going to give just a smidge of it to this one. And then we'll do something different with the Osun right here. So with this one here, the tip of this again, into that dark blue right there on the tip. And we're going to smudge that into that liner that we just put on. And then work that out to what you've got out here. And this is where you can fine tune where that blue ends up and how neat that is. We're going to go all the way to the inside there. We're going to leave just that little bit of space so we have some room to put that beautiful lavender. Okay, so on the tip here, again, smudging onto that eyeliner. Working about to right there. And you're just going to blend that out to the shadow you've got over here. Okay. Now, any fallout, go ahead and get rid of that. We're going to add, while we've got this brush out, we're going to add just a little bit of dimension. So we're going to take the Aja right here, which is the darkest color on the palette. Go ahead and use kind of the side of that, right on that edge. We're just going to add a little bit on that outside, right there in that corner, just to kind of give a little depth to it. And just blend that down into the eyeliner. And hopefully you won't touch your cheek. I'm going to use the tip a little just to get it right there on that corner. And you can use the tip to kind of work it up like that. Just gives you a little bit extra dimension there. So go ahead and get any fallout there. We are going to take this brush here. It's just a flat, it's not, it might be called a liner brush. I'm not sure. It looks like a fingertip to me. So we're going to take that brush there. It's just like a small, kind of a dense, it's not particularly like fluffy or anything like that. And we're going to take that Osun, which is this one here, and you're just going to get it on one side of that brush, right on the very tip. And we're going to put that right in the corner there. And blend that over to where you've got the blue. There you go, just right there. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do our liquid liner now. And then we have one more shadow color to play with, and then we should be finished with our eyes. So this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner. This is in the shade of black. I believe they have it in a brown now. For this particular look, it'd be better in a black. So we are going to line our eyes. We're going to go from the outside edge, right on that lash line. Okay, now I know usually we do this and then we stop. Today we're going to do a little something. So we're actually going to elevate it here and bring it over. And then fill in that gap. There we go. So we added just a little bit of depth to the outside corner. So now let's do the other side. Thin line. We are going to use a false lash here in a minute. So this liner does a couple of things. One of the things that it does very well is it hides any sins if your lashes don't end up 100% at the base of where your natural lashes are. This line will help to fill in that gap and just give it a more seamless, cohesive, like you got it exactly where it's supposed to be. Okay, so now we're going to bring that liner up just a little bit right here and to the middle, and then we're going to fill that in. Okay, and I think I got it lifted a little higher on that eye than this eye. So let's come in here. And we're getting ready to put a little something on the top of that. So if your line's not 100% straight on the top, don't worry too much about it right now. Okay, so remember that technique that we did just a minute ago with that setting spray and the eyeliner brush? Well, we're going to do it again. So if you still have that spot, actually mine looks a little bit weird, so I'm going to wipe that off. Let me add another spray. Give it a spray. There we go. Taking that liner brush, you're going to put that in, just drag it through that setting spray. We're going to go back to the silver color, which was called Yamoja. Get that right on that tip there. We're going to go just above the black line that we put. We are going to, right here from the inside corner, we're going to add a line of that silver. If you want to, you can come at it from this side. There you go. So a little bit of the setting spray, go back to this. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And yes, absolutely. If you wanted to and you've got a silver liner, you could do this with that. Sometimes the silver liners have a tendency to kind of agitate my eyes a little bit. So I didn't want to do that silver liner today. Just because if you've got, I don't know, everybody's got different like allergies and things like that. And sometimes that silver liner just gets on my eyes. Last nerve. Okay, so now we're going to take the brush that we used, which was that angle brush with that blue, and we're going to blend out just the outside corner. So you already have a little bit of blue on here. So we're going to take that and put that in that what was it called? This one here, the Zuba. No. Just kidding. It was Faso. This lavender color. Just give it a couple of taps in there, and we're just going to blend right there where those two meet. So Faso, and then just blend that right there. Okay, and I actually feel like maybe I need a little bit of that Faso. I'm just going to take it and put a little on the outside edge here. Yeah. What you think? Came out pretty cool, huh? Okay. And I love that you can see the silver and the silver at the same time. So fun. Okay, so now we are going to do our brows. So I've been playing with a little something a little bit differently. So for those of you who have fashion colored hair like I do, you may enjoy this little tidbit as well. So I have been playing with let's go ahead and take our brush. Make sure you got everything dusted away. Okay, now, so I have been playing with using a shadow as a brow product. So I am going to be using, this is the Festival Juvia's Place, and I am using the shade, let's say Umanu right here. It's kind of a nice peachy color. You can do this just dry like that, or you can use that same technique with that setting spray. I'm using an eyeliner brush. You're just going to get it on the face of that brush and then get that on your brow. I mean, it's just another way to get the color in there if you have fashion colored hair. So, I don't know. Super fun. Just been playing with it. So if you have, I don't know, purple, blue, pink, whatever, grab an eyeshadow palette that has the same color of your hair in it, and then try playing with this too. And then we're going to set this for sure when we're doing this, because you don't want that shadow to move at all, or if you reach up and touch your face, you don't want it to, travel. Okay, so whatever brow product you're using, you're going to do that now. Just bring that brow down. Mine needs to come in just a smidge. There we go. And same as when you do your eyeshadow on your eye, this is buildable. So the more times that you apply and go over it, the more depth you're going to get to the eyeshadow. So I am so excited about this look today. Okay, so I've been trying a new mascara, so I thought I would share with you about it. It's not new, but new to me. So I have been trying the L'Oreal Telescopic, and this is the waterproof. Not gonna lie, the brush is a little bit weird. Did I say it was by L'Oreal? It's by L'Oreal. The brush is a little bit weird. I do like the product though. It has worn well. I have not had any flaking. I have not had any, I'm using the waterproof version, but no flaking, no smudging. I have sensitive eyes. I've not had any eye sensitivity to it. It's waterproof, but it has come off beautifully with the, what is it I'm using right now? The Lancome Bifacils. It's coming off beautifully with that. So, encourage you, maybe give this a try. Again, that's the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. Mine is in the black waterproof. So we're going to curl our eyelashes, and then we are going to move on to our last step of putting our lashes on. Okay, so I believe we've been doing this for a while. So let's just go ahead and say our verse together, because we're here and because we can. So the best way is to just keep saying it over again. Okay, so it's on your screen now. So here we go. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. In God, whose word I praise. In God I trust. I shall not be afraid. And that's Psalm 56, 3 and 4. All right, so lash curler. I am using the Tweezerman. This is the, I don't remember. It's a Tweezerman that looks like this one. I like the rubber grip on it because it doesn't kind of like dig into your finger so much. Okay, so sweet spot for your lashes curling. When you press down, you want it to be as close to your lid as possible, but you do not want it to pinch. Pinch equals you're going to pull out your hairs. So we don't want that. And it kind of hurts. So find your sweet spot for your curler. There you go. And we're just going to say that verse together while we're curling our lashes. Ready? Let's wait till the verse comes around. Okay, there we go. And curl. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. In God, whose word I praise. In God I trust. I shall not be afraid. Psalm 56, 3 and 4. So we're going to take that off. We're going to move to the other eye. find that sweet spot over here. Here we go. We're going to wait till that verse scrolls around and it's ready for you. And there we go. Okay, sweet spot. Here we go. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. In God, whose word I praise. In God I trust. I shall not be afraid. Psalm 56, 3 and 4. All right. So we've got that done. Let's get that lift going. Or mascara, sorry. It's called telescopic lift. Got a little crazy. Okay, here we go. It's starting to sound like an ad. Okay, so you're just going to put a little bit of mascara on because we want our lashes to blend in with the false lashes we're fixing to put on. If you have black lashes already, I'm so jealous. Mine are kind of white and colorless. And if you put lashes on top of that, you are definitely going to be able to see where my lashes are versus where the false lashes are. All right. So just one coat of this is going to be able to do that. And now we're going to get it on the other side. Again, just giving a nice, even, light coat. Just need every lash to be black like the false lashes. All right. So now we've got the top ones just with a little bit of a light coat. Let's work to the bottom ones. The bottom lashes, you may want a little bit more of coverage just because they're not getting a false lash on them. So you want to be able to see them. Yeah, so I like the formula of the mascara, but the wand is a little funky. So if we could have the same formula on a regular one, that'd be awesome. Okay, making sure we catch those little ones on the inside there. And now let's do the ones on the other side. Making sure we catch the inside ones. There we go. Okay, so now we got a little bit of coverage on there. We're just going to make sure it dries. I don't know why I always fan. I've been doing that since I was a little girl. Okay, so today I'm going to be using Juvia's Place lashes. This is the lash in Royalty. And now you can see why we have the blue liner on the lips. It just kind of balances out a little bit and it's shiny and fun. So again, this is the Juvia's Place lashes. This is in Royalty. So things I love about this lash is it is a flare. So you got a little bit shorter lash here, a little bit wider lash here. We are going to be using our lash tool from Velour, if I can get it. There we go. To facilitate that. If this is a brand new pair of lashes, you're going to trim from the outside edge if you need to, and their little scissors are perfect for that, nice and pointy and sharp. And then if you ever get any of that adhesive in there and you need to comb out your lashes, they have a lash tool that has the lash comb on one side and then a brush on the other. Will do a good job of keeping your lashes nice and clean and brushed out. So we're going to grab that lash right there in the middle and just set it on the tray, table, whatever you've got right in front of you. Let me get the other one out. There we go. And then I am going to be using the lash adhesive from Allure. This is the 18 hour. I love how this one sets. It's clear, so you can't see it. It doesn't matter what your skin tone is. It is going to become invisible. And it lasts super well. You can cry, you can get rained on. Want to know how I know all that? And it will stay beautiful. All right, so lashes here. We're going to start out with this one has a paddle, not a brush. So we are going to put adhesive on the top of the band. And then on the inside edge of the band. And this is going to give enough adhesive for your lash to stay all day, especially if you have, my eyes like water at the drop of a hat of anything. So this will make sure that you've got enough for your lash to stay and do its job. Okay, so we're going to take again and do the band on the top part. You just want a nice thin coat there. When this comes out, you'll see it is white and it is kind of shiny. So one way that you'll know that your lashes are about ready for you to put them on is when it loses a little bit of its shine and it starts to get just a little bit clearish. Then you'll know that your lash adhesive is ready. So if you put it on and it feels very cold and wet, then you didn't wait quite long enough for that adhesive to set for you to be able to put that lash on and for it to stay. Now, you can kind of hurry it along a little bit if you just grab the center of that lash and just sort of fan it a little bit, and that will sort of hurry along the drying time just a smidge. So I am holding that lash in the middle with my tool. And it looks like this one needs a little bit more of setting time because it's still pretty white. Okay, I think we'll be fine. And so you can see it's lost a little bit of its shiny. We're going to set that right in the center of that eyelid. And then we're just going to walk it around, putting the lash where that liner is that we put in there. And then you can take your tool and just push together, your lash and that lash to make sure that you've made a good connection and that there's not a big gap between your lash and those lashes. I mean, I know we put the liner down, but you don't want a big space. There we go. And then just use the tip of that to kind of work your lashes in. Okay, now we're ready for the other side. So we're going to grab that other side in the middle, and this one's been setting for a minute, so this one should be just about good to go. You can see the difference in the impact between the two. This one is just, I think, a light volume. What is this one? This one is a natural volume, yeah. So it doesn't give you like, whoo-hoo, but it does give you a little bit of impact. Now, if you like the big lashes, not going to knock it. I love big lashes too from time to time. This eyeshadow would actually lend itself to a fuller lash if that's the way that you'd like to go. Experiment with it. Have fun with it. Try different ones out. So we're going to set this right in the center. One of my favorite things is those lash kits that Ardell puts out. Kiss, I wish you would do that. Or Juvius, I wish you would do that. It has like 12 or 14 different lashes in it, and each one of them is different. And so you can work through that package, try every one of those, and see how a different shape of lash, a different length of lash, a different style, a different cut, how that impacts how your face looks, how your eyes look, the shape of your eye. Because you might be surprised that the lash you've been wearing may not be the one that you like the best. So, just have fun. Do a 14-day of lashes and play with it. Okay, let me get this right here. Just going to bring that down together. There we go. Okay, we're going to use that tip to work our lashes into the lash. And we got a little adhesive, doing a little dual duty there. Let's get that off. There we go. Sometimes you have to convince the lash of where it is going to be. There we go. And then usually when you do that, because I told you I have sensitive eyes, it makes my eyes water. So let me just get that. Here we go. Now, one thing beautiful about that Too Faced liquid liner is once you have got that liquid liner on there and it has set, that liquid liner is not going anywhere. So I don't have to worry about that at all. Okay, let me see what we got going on over here. Okay, so one thing that you could do, this is not something I can do because my eyes just would not tolerate it, but you can take a liner brush if you'd like. Oh, wrong palette. And in that magic palette, that lighter lavender color that we had right here, you can add that, or if you have an eyeliner that's that color, you can add that to the lid, to that lip right there of your eyes, and that will kind of give a little bit of pop for your eyes as well. My eyes just will not tolerate that whatsoever. But have fun with that if that is something that you can do. You know, it's just an extra little bonus thing. Okay, so we have now added our lashes. We have one last thing to do. We are going to say our verse together, and then we are going to add our setting spray. So let's wait till that verse rolls around. I think I have something. There it is. I see it. Okay, here we go. You ready? When I am afraid, I put my trust in you, in God, whose word I praise. In God I trust. I shall not be afraid. Psalm 56, 3 and 4. So I assure you that if you say that like throughout the course of your putting on your makeup this next week while you're curling your lashes, I'll send out a wallpaper for you to put on your phone. So do that, and that will give you, something that you can see on a consistent basis. I assure you that will help you to memorize this verse. So I have been loving the Juvia's Place Ready, Set, Sealed setting spray. If you don't have a setting spray you love, I know I have always been a proponent of Urban Decay. I'm not knocking Urban Decay. I just want to try something different, and I have loved this one. The mist is so fine, and it just gives a nice light finish and then helps keep that matte all day long. So again, this is the Juvia's Place Ready, Set, Sealed. We're just going to finish out this look. And also, I don't know what that fragrance is, but it is divine. So I think you will love this one. Give it a try. Oh, and this week we're also in the middle of a member love event. So you get 5 or 10 times the points on just about everything makeup related. So come in and see me and let's have some fun together. Okay, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It has been a joy to be with you. I look forward to chatting with you throughout this week on social media, online, on my website, or better yet, come see me at my store in Midlothian, Texas. So we are going to say that verse together one more time. Let me get this one off, and then we are going to add that to our screen. There we go. So let's say that together again. Are you ready? When I am afraid, I put my trust in you, in God, whose word I praise. In God I trust. I shall not be afraid. Psalm 56, 3 and 4. Okay, so just a reminder, we do have that book of James planner coloring book coming out. So the Color Me James will be ready for you shortly. So be looking for that. I am so excited. I may put a couple of things out to you this week, just asking for kind of your input. You know, is this your favorite or is that one your favorite? So let's see what happens this week. So you can find a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus on your favorite podcast platform. Apple Podcasts, Podbean, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You get it. So I just try to be, wherever you're going to be, let's hang out together. Okay, so until we meet again, my friends, let me give you a blessing. You know how much I love scripture and song, so I've got that verse up for you. If you know that song, please feel free to join with me and sing. I know, if you're alone or if other people are around you, whatever, sing it out. Okay, be like David, because we're doing our verse from David this morning. Okay, so here we go. So until we meet again, my friends, the Lord bless you and keep you. make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his face toward you and give you peace. Oh, Heavenly Father, how thankful I am for each and every individual that has come and hung out up with me online, or if they're watching this later on, Father, whatever way it is that they have come here, I pray that you would give them a special measure of blessing this week, Father, that you would help us be able to say these verses repeatedly to make them part of our daily lives, so that we would be able to hide your word in our heart so that we will not sin against you. Help us to recall these verses for our own selves at certain times, and then for others to edify and encourage and to guide those around us. Father, I just pray that you would help us to live and breathe your word. And again, I send them out with a blessing this week. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Well, it has been a delight to hang out with you this week today. And I just pray that you have a wonderful week. I look forward to seeing you on social media. Goodbye and God bless. I love you.